I have to say, based on the current, rubber meeting the road of the Trump administration so far, I'm very happy with what I've seen. And there's a lot of people in my circle that are already dunking on MAGA, like, oh, MAGA, look, oh, Trump got this guy or this guy, believing the hype in the media, the same media that tried to convince you that Joe Biden was fit enough to be president. And my take on that has just been, hey, let's wait and see. Okay. And I will give myself a little bit of praise for that wait and see approach, because I think that the evidence is kind of coming out to our favor. So to give you kind of just one point is, and I didn't clip this, but Ross Ulbricht, the guy from Silk Road, was pardoned, like full pardon from Trump. And that was something that he promised to the libertarian people when he went to that. And this is so wild. It's like Trump is such an interesting political character, because he's actually doing the things you're not supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, for the last 30 or 20 years, 20, 30, 50 years, whatever, since JFK, really, the game in politics has been, you just know that these people are lying and you're not going to get any of the things that you asked for once they get into office. But in the case of Donald Trump, he's actually seems to be delivering on a lot of the stuff that he's promised already. The Ross Ulbricht thing is a great example of that. And Kim Iverson did a report on it, and she said that, hey, he didn't do it. He said he was going to do it on day one. He didn't do it. He didn't do it on day one, but he did actually full pardon Ross Ulbricht. And she was saying initially he was just going to commute Ross's sentence, but he gave the guy a full pardon. So that's a huge deal. So this is another thing I absolutely loved. And I'm not a huge fan of Libs of TikTok, but I follow her just to see, she's got some good stuff going on too. But this is on his first day. Trump is expected to strip the security clearance of the 51 intel agents who lied about the Hunter Biden laptop before the 2020 election. Hell yes. Hell yes. And so I don't know that your boy John Bolton is on this list, but this is just my absolute favorite thing of the Trump administration so far, if this is true, which I'm pretty sure it is. But breaking: John Bolton's security clearance has just been revoked. President Trump ordered it removed. And watching John Bolton panic about Trump on CNN was one of the highlights of the media last year. So I'm just going to replay real quick this clip of him on CNN right before the election talking about Tulsi Gabbard.
That you just mentioned. We saw the first cabinet pick for Trump withdraw yesterday. Matt Gaetz said his nomination was becoming a distraction.
So they're like, this is after Trump got elected. Bolton is trying to sink his nominees now. They're like, okay, well, we couldn't stop him from getting elected. We called him a Nazi. We called him a threat to democracy and all that stuff before the election. But now I can just try to sink his nominees. And this is why I really hope Tulsi Gabbard gets
tweeted after that, quote, "One down, more to follow." Do you think that there are other names that are going to withdraw that have been chosen by Donald Trump, and why?
Or that will be defeated on the floor of the Senate. There are a lot of competitors to see who's as bad as Gaetz, who actually turned out to be the worst cabinet nominee in history. Tulsi Gabbard's now number 2. But I put the two of them in a class by themselves. There are others, Pete Hegseth for defense, who have come under fire. Tulsi Gabbard's threat to our national security really is a completely different level. And I think,
keep in mind, Tulsi Gabbard is a veteran who served in the military and in Congress. What is this? This guy has been an appointee to the Bush administration and the Trump administration. Yosemite Sam Cracker John
think now that Gaetz has taken himself out of the race for AG, I think enormous amounts of attention have to be directed at Gabbard.
Would you vote?
Yeah, because she will not continue my bullshit. So this was just absolutely a beautiful thing to see. And, you know, I hope that this isn't some kind of false report. I hope that this is real. I hope that John Bolton really got, you know, his security denied.